Okay, this video is a video response to Jaime's what is your biggest pet peeve? Okay, so I'm probably gonna seem like an awful, horrible monster of a person who shouldn't have children after I tell you what my biggest pet peeve is, but it really irritates me. Okay, so my biggest pet peeve is when you go out to a restaurant and you're sitting in a booth and the people behind you are actually on either side have a child and they let that child stand up on the seat and look over into your booth. Biggest pet peeve of mine. I cannot stand it when parents let their children do that. Number one, if the booth is behind me and the child's right here, I just feel their presence the whole time while I'm trying to eat. I just feel their little face right here. And I don't know. It just irritates me to know that there's a little head right here looking over my shoulder. And so I look over at them and they're smiling and most people would think that this is cute, but I do not think this is cute. I find it incredibly annoying and the only thing I can think of is, parent, first of all, why are you letting your children stand on the furniture? That is an absolute no-no. You do not let your children stand on the furniture, especially not when you're out in a restaurant. That's completely rude to let your child stand with their dirty shoes on the seat where other people are going to be sitting. But why are you letting your child look over into somebody else's booth and, interrupt their meal? That's your child. Tell them to sit down. And then if they're on the opposite side, like where Neil sits on the other side and faces me, if they're behind him, I cannot talk to him. I just cannot talk to him when the child is looking over at me and they just keep smiling or they keep waving or they're making funny faces at me, and I feel so mean to if they wave at me and I don't wave back, so I feel obligated then to smile and wave back, and it just really irritates me. I'm like, why are you not telling your child to sit their ass down? No, I don't expect them to say ass. I mean, a simple sit your hiney down will do. But seriously, it's so irritating. Make your child sit down. I'm like, I understand that, the parent is probably like, thank goodness they're doing something quiet, they're looking over there, but they're being quiet and they're not bothering me right now, so I can eat my meal a few bites and maybe have a quick conversation with the other person I'm with. As long as they're being quiet, I'm happy. But the other people on the other side are not happy, and it's your responsibility as the parent to be the one that's irritated by your child, not let your child irritate other people so that you can enjoy your meal. I know, like I said, I probably sound like an awful, horrible person, but it really irritates me. And it irritates me even more when the child is looking over and then the parent acknowledges the fact that the child is doing it and also looks over at the booth like, oh, who are you looking at? And then they see us and they're like, are you saying hi? And then the kid waves again. I'm like, don't encourage him, tell him to sit down. Okay, but yeah. That is something I cannot stand. That is like one of my biggest pet peeves. It almost makes me not even want to sit in a booth, which, most people like to sit in a booth because you get privacy, but you really don't get privacy when the people behind you have a child that keeps looking over at you and waving. But yeah, I feel horrible admitting that irritates me, but it really does. So, yeah. I would just really appreciate it if parents would not let their child stand. Plus, I have to sit on those seats. And if I'm wearing white pants or a white dress or something, I don't want to sit down where you just had your child's dirty, muddy shoes walking all over the seat. I'm just saying. It's rude to stand on furniture. If it's in your house, whatever, but, standing on other people's furniture is completely rude. And I don't know why the parents let the kids do that. So, whatever, that's my biggest pet peeve. And yes, I'm a horrible, awful person for not liking to wave back at little children while I'm eating, but there it is. So, what is your biggest pet peeve? You can either go ahead and make a response video to Jaime's, or you can just leave a comment below. I'm very curious to see what everyone else's pet peeves are going to be. Bye!